Hello, 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 and happy Thanksgiving. Yes, it is Thanksgiving Day. I kept debating on whether or not to get on today, but we really didn't do anything today. We had our Thanksgiving meal last night, my husband and I, because we are still on baby watch for my daughter. She's in labor right now, so we are just praying good things and a quick delivery for her. But we've just been kind of hanging out today and waiting for a call. So I have a feeling we're not going to get to meet him till tomorrow. But so I hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you were able to spend it with family, with friends, or loved ones, or anyone that you could. And if not, I pray that you were able to spend some time in a way that was right for you. Okay? Everybody has different ways that they celebrate different holidays, and that's totally fine. And that's kind of what we're talking about in today's verse. And I had a couple of you that were questioning, they didn't quite understand today's verse. So, boy, I started digging into it, and wow, this was a tough one, wasn't it? There's so many different avenues that you could go down with for it. And I started writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. And I'm thinking, oh, I could make this a whole sermon. There is so much in here that could be talked about. And I didn't want to spend that much time with you, make you guys listen to that long. So I kept it to one point. Let me show you my journal page from yesterday. Hello, it looks like I have a couple people here watching. Yesterday's journal page was Wednesday, about singing to the Lord. So this is the one I did for yesterday, and then I'll do today's as well. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're here, let me know who's here watching. I would love to know who's in their after dinner coma as far as eating too much food. We had a turkey casserole today. We had our big turkey dinner yesterday. Hey, Karen, how are you? How are you? Good to see you. Alrighty, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the devotional for today. So it was Romans 14, verse 6. And it says, "Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Whoever eats meat does so to the Lord, for they give thanks to God. And whoever abstains does so to the Lord and gives thanks to God." So in Romans 14, he's talking to the Romans, and he's teaching them that they need to stop judging each other in regard to what the holy days are and what foods they should and shouldn't eat, which he considers them to be secondary matters when it comes to practicing religion. You got to remember that a lot of these people are Jews turned Christians or Gentiles turned Christians. So they have different styles of thinking what they should eat and shouldn't eat. So although the Christians are free from all those old religious rules and laws that were pointed out in Moses' day, some of them still had a hard time and still have problems with the interpretations of the laws. So he's telling them that their focus should be on peace and on sharing God's message and avoiding fights. Apparently, these issues were causing a lot of quarrels among the Christian disciples. Some still wanted to keep all those specific days as holy with different festivals and things. That's a whole nother avenue I could go on, talking even about keeping the Sabbath holy. Did God create for rest? All different kinds of things too, besides just the religious holidays. Others believe that they felt they were honoring God by keeping all these religious holidays. And yet others felt that they didn't have to observe them because God no longer required them. So it was the same thing with eating meat. The laws used to be all about the clean and the unclean foods and meats. And Paul's stating that as long as you are giving God thanks for the meat, it's fine to eat it. He didn't make a big deal about who was right and who was wrong, but he explained that because of Christ, we're free to eat what we want as long as we are sensitive to those who don't believe the same way. The same with observing the certain holidays. The same holidays that are regarded as special days for some are not special days for another. So some people might choose to celebrate a day as holy, and others don't celebrate it as holy. And every Christian has the right to make up his or her own mind about the special days and the celebrations. So, hi Jess, how are you? As Christians, we are discussing the primary importance of the doctrine, which are things like the Trinity and the life and the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ sent by God to save the world, and the second coming of Christ, or the plan of salvation. We're talking about secondary points like personal practices, and those were the things that were causing problems then, and they still cause problems today with believers, don't they? And Paul was telling them that the secondary matters should be left to God. We need to use grace, not judgment, when we interact with others on certain issues. We need to seek to understand each other first, and then let each person be accountable to God, rather than disagreeing with each other. So if God still welcomes us and accepts us, regardless of our views on food and drink and special holidays and all kinds of different things, then isn't that what we should do? Is accept others as well? I think the answer is yes to that. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about how what this interpretation meant. At least that's my interpretation of it. But I hope that helped you a little bit. Thank you, Jess. No, my grandson has not arrived yet. He's being a slow little bugger. We are still waiting. Hopefully tomorrow morning. If I am not here tomorrow, it is because I'm at the hospital, because of visiting hours aren't until 9 a.m. So hopefully I will be at the hospital at 9 a.m. And if that is the fact, I will get on as soon as I can get back and get my devotion done, because it just totally depends on how things progress. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, at some point tomorrow. I just can't promise when. All righty. Thank you so much. I hope you have a very blessed evening. Bye-bye.